I have been taking photos for over 10 years and I've always been passionate about wildlife, but I've never had a wildlife dedicated lens that can really capture the detail at a distance. However, the other day I picked up this. And it's something I've had my eye on for quite some time. Now this is the Sony 200-600 5.6 to 6.3 G lens, and I couldn't be more happy. We're currently southeast of Perth, about an hour away in a place called Jarrahdale, which is surrounded by forest and seems to be full of bird life. I have a goal today to spot 20 species. Now that might not sound like a lot, but for a new bird photographer, videographer, to capture 20 different species, I feel like is going to be quite the challenge. I can't just spot it with my eyes. It has to be with this. Now Julius will be coming along with me, so let's see what we can go find. Now this is not just going to be a challenge to capture the wildlife, but also just like a physical challenge, because this is what we're dealing with. It's quite heavy, but I did just hear a splendid fairy wren. Let's go check that out. The first bird that we spotted was one that I wasn't expecting to see at all. This is a female regent parrot. They are common in the southwest of Western Australia and in a small area on the border of South Australia, Victoria and New South Wales. The second bird we spotted was a grey fantail. Before this clip, they were flying all around us chasing bugs. These birds must have tunnel vision when it comes to chasing food, as they never seem to be bothered by us.
So I'm just helping Brooke, trying to help spot some birds, and spotted a couple of Western rosellas, but before we could even get a shot of those, I saw a rather large snake. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but then a whole bunch of the little birds were coming to check it out and carrying on, making a fuss.
Lucky for us, the new lens means that we can stand a good distance away from snakes but still capture their detail. After consulting with the people of Instagram, we found out that this snake happens to be a dugong, which are native venomous snakes to Western Australia. They come in a range of different colours and are known to be quite shy. There were two birds that came to investigate and warn the others about the snake, which was the New Holland honeyeater and the Western whistler.
All right, we're going to keep moving, leave that snake in peace and see what else we can find.
Only moments later we spotted bird number 5, which was the male and female splendid fairy wren searching for food. It wasn't very hard to spot the bright blue male in the green grass. I also noticed a bee fly towards the wren, seemingly scaring it off. These have to be one of the prettiest birds in Australia, maybe even the world.
We're just moving along the edge of the forest to some other spots, and I thought we'd spotted another snake as well, and it made me jump, but it's just a piece of rope, thankfully.
We continued our walk through the beautiful forest, admiring all of the flora. But we weren't seeing many birds, until we happened to spot a very, very fast red-winged fairy wren who was jumping around searching for food. As we continued along the creek, we spotted another female and male splendid fairy wren who were darting in and out of a thick shrub feeding their babies in a nest. We didn't want to disturb, so we continued on and spotted a white-breasted robin, another golden whistler, a ringneck, and once again a bunch of New Holland honeyeaters hanging out around the bottlebrush. Number 9 for today happened to be 2 beautiful western yellow robins. We also caught a quick glimpse of a brown honeyeater, but it didn't stick around for too long. We just spotted a western rosella, literally just there, and jumped up to here. Unfortunately, have not gotten a shot of a western rosella yet, but yet, keyword being yet. So we're getting hungry, so we're gonna head back to camp, but we're about halfway through our goal. So we've hit about 10 birds, but yeah, looking for that 20 mark. I think there should be some pretty common birds around camp though, like magpies and galahs and whatnot. So yeah, let's go eat and see if we can find some more birds. After losing the opportunity to get that Western Rosella on camera, I was so excited to see a pair not too far in the distance feeding on various grass seeds. So we've just finished our lunch and had a little bit of a chill out. It did rain for maybe 5 seconds, but everything's a little damp now. A few birds still around I can hear, and
Wet ringneck too.
Oh, wet ringneck. Yeah, he didn't look too happy. Bit windy, bit wet, not so wild. And got it back out because we have spotted some more birds over this way. So let's go check them out and try and finish the 20 birds. While having lunch, we heard what seemed to be a magpie making various different calls, mimicking other birds and noises. Of course, when we got our camera out, the calls stopped, but we did get some footage of this male. Now, the best way to tell the difference between a male and female magpie is looking at the back of their neck. Often, the males will have a completely white back of neck, and the females will have some grey patches throughout. We're walking over, really still far away from them, and they just flew away. Maybe they'll come back. That's sad. The only bird that didn't seem scared by us was this straw-necked ibis. I really love the beautiful iridescence on the upper part of the wing, and particularly like the way it is standing in the lavender here. As we continued our walk through the forest, we heard a call like no other. That is the red-tailed black cockatoo. We heard a bunch of them up ahead, so we thought we'd go and investigate and see if we could get some footage. Thankfully for us, they weren't scared and they were happy to sit there eating and nibbling while we took some video clips. So I think we're sitting at about 14 at the moment, and I'm still hopeful we see a galah and a cruella. Well, we've seen them, we just need to get them on camera. And then I don't know where we're going to find the rest of the birds, because that leaves us with a couple more still to spot. I must admit, at this point I was a little worried that we weren't seeing a wide variety of birds. However, I was very happy to see this yellow-rumped thornbill taking a rest on a branch. As you can see, Julius is over here. He's found some ducks. And I was going to go with him, but my feet were being attacked by ants. So I've found this nice rock to stand on to get away from the ants. I'm not sure if they hurt when they bite, but they were really latching onto my sock. I couldn't feel it, but it didn't look like they wanted me around. So I stayed here. I think he might be getting bitten by ants now. You getting the ants?
Yep.
Yep. You get the ducks? Yeah. From afar we thought these were ducks, but as Julius braved his way through the ant's nest to get these shots, he came back and we realised that they were actually Australasian grebes. Let's go get that kookaburra. You got two flies that are catching a ride with you, by the way.
Oh, cool. Do they count?
No.
They fly.
They do fly. Fortunately, not a bird. What would you prefer, flies or mozzies?
That's tough.
It is
I
tough.
feel like if you'd asked me that like before we came to Western Australia, I probably would have said flies. But they're pretty annoying.
No, but they don't bite. Like at least, like with the mozzies, they'd just be actually Like they're not in your eyes?
Probably, yeah, I
bright.
probably prefer flies. Like, they only seem to come out when it's like hot and
Yeah.
light, and then they go away.
There's not really many right now. So that's good. Because it's a bit windy as well. So I feel like they just get washed, winded, blown out. Where's this kookaburra you're talking about? Is he gone?
On the tower one.
Oh, right there. Okay.
Bye.
Oh no. Does it count that I got it on this camera? Oh, there he is. No, you can get him from here. Absolutely. Throughout the whole day, we kept hearing the kookaburra laugh in the distance, and at one point I was wondering if it was laughing at us because we couldn't get a shot. But as you can see here, we managed to get a shot of this very iconic Australian bird, the kookaburra. Number 18 is this male scarlet robin. I was so excited to see him sitting there ever so patiently waiting for us to get the shot. Now I had seen him a few days ago with a female, and so I was very excited that we were able to see him today while doing this video. Now I must admit I was a little bit annoyed that bird 19 was a galah and 20 happened to be the Croella, just because they were birds that I had spotted all day but couldn't get a shot. But thankfully they stuck around for a little bit. As we'd hit our goal of 20 birds, we decided to call it a day and head back to the van. And on the way we spotted two birds that I had not seen before, which was the elegant parrot and the common bronzewing. This brings the total counts of birds spotted through the lens to 22. This was such a great way to get out and explore the area by spotting birds. So I encourage you, tomorrow, maybe get outdoors and see how many you can spot.